Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So we have completed the first wave of Kai Impossibles. So I thought I would kind of go back and sort of sum up the first five, and then talk about which sub-bump combo is the best for them, and then maybe which Ableberry is the best for them. And a lot of this is just based on my opinions, so take it with a grain of salt. If you have better ideas for your own Kai, please go ahead with that. Alright, but first, here is Izanami Kai, and then recommended sub-bump combos, I would say, are the last two. The fourth one there is the rebounding red beans, I guess we'll call it, and that's nice because it's not a laser, so it can get around laser barrier, and then it can get a lot of hits as well, so you could use it against scorpions. And then it has pretty good kind of range. It covers a lot of the screen if you get a couple of bounds in there. So that's pretty good. That's the one that I recommend most. And then Plasma, a lot of people like Plasma. And actually, I'm thinking that Plasma is the better choice for Nirvana in particular. I've been using this Izanami as a max luck in Nirvana. And then the red beans, they don't pierce. But the plasma can pierce. It can go through the center of enemies. And the boss in particular has a weak point in the center. So the plasma can get in there and then do some good damage. So one of the last two I recommend. And then for recommended Ableberries, I recommend focusing on her strike shot. So I would give her either Kin Strength to make the meteor more powerful, or the strike haste, just to make the meteor more usable more often. And yeah, that's especially helpful for these meteor strike shots, because they take a long time to charge up. This is 30 turns. So if you can get that up sooner, even like one round sooner, that could be really useful. And then when you do put a strike haste Ableberry on a character with such a high turn count, you're not doing it with the intention of using it more than once in a quest. You're just trying to use it more quickly, that's all. And then for a max luck character, you really only need a speed up of 4 turns. You don't really need 5, the S++, because you're going to put them in the first slot of your team, and then if you get 4 turns faster, you'll get it a round earlier. If you get it 5 turns faster, it won't make any difference, so yeah, you can keep that in mind. Okay, next up is Yamato Takeru Kai. And then for this guy, I recommend also 2 of the sub-bump combos, the last 2. The one that I have is the last one, that's the Meteor Destruction. And that does like, I think like 70,000 damage, which is very good for a sub-bump combo. It only hits one character, and it only hits at random. But if it's like just you and the boss, then that meteor has 100% chance of hitting that boss. So that's good damage. That's good guaranteed damage, rather. I also like the fourth one, the one-way laser M. And all that is basically an upgrade to the damage of his regular sub-bump combo. So you wouldn't use him any differently. You just get a little bit more power out of that laser. And I'm kind of considering going back through Yamato Takeru 0 to get that. I fused it into the Meteor one just to raise his luck, but I might want that one after all. And then as for Ableberries that I recommend for him, Sidekick, of course, just to raise his bump combo damage. I would also recommend Survivor or Kin Vigor. Especially for Avalon, because you take a lot of damage in that stage. So to have that little bit of defense is really good. That is Yamato Takeru 0. Next up is Kushina 0. Sorry, Kai. And then for this guy, I can only really recommend the last one, the lock-on Poison Wave. And that's good for scorpions, basically. Or, getting rid of that last little bit of life. Especially good in zombie loops and things like that. Not a great source of damage, but I figure the designers couldn't really give Kushina Kai a really good bump combo, because she's also, already really good without it. And then as for Ableberries, good for her. If you are working on the max luck of Bishamonten, and I highly recommend that, give her the Kin Strength Ableberry. And then any of the Kin Strength Ableberries, S class or higher, will give her, you know, the attack that she needs to cross that one punch line in Bishamonten. If you are done with Bishamonten, or you don't want a max luck Bishamonten, then again, Strike Haste, just get that strike shot out earlier, or Sidekick if you really like the Plasma bump combo. HP is also a little low, you can give her that, but actually Kin Strength works with her strike shot really well, so you can even just leave that on her. Okay, that was Kushina Kai. Next is Izanagi Kai, and then he's kind of the most interesting of this first series of Kai monsters, because I recommend all of the last three. Defense up is interesting, it can cancel defense down. The only quest that I feel like where that's really useful is Karen, Navis. But it's kind of a difficult quest, so if you had a max luck of him with the defense up, that could be useful. The second one is that bomb that Beethoven has, and that can be good damage, especially if you're close to an enemy. And yeah, if you just wanted him to be like a good damage source, including his X-Laser, you could go with that. And then the one that I go for is the Speed Up S, and that makes him more useful as a support character. And then also, he could be usable in Hakua as well. So yeah, those are my recommendations there. As for Ableberries, if you are going to use his Bomb sub-bump combo, then I can recommend Sidekick, just to get more damage out of it there. Otherwise, I would recommend Survivor. That will stack with his full resistance, so he'll take a lot less damage. And then Cutthroat, if you were going to take him to Hakua. Cutthroat's pretty good in there. Okay, and then finally we have Tsukuyomi Zero, or Kai. Okay, and then for her, the one that I like the most is the middle one here, that lock-on Pierce Wave. Not that powerful, but more powerful than any of these other choices. And then the last one, the Poison Spread. That can help you with Scorpions or Zombie Loops. And yeah, again, she does not have really great sub-bump combos like Kushina Kai. But it's because they're so powerful without him that I think that they went with these. And as for Ableberries, good for her, I would recommend Kin Strength, because she has the Slayers, and then also because her attack is a little bit low anyway. That's natural considering that she is a Pierce type. But as you can see, I have the class Kin Strength Ableberry on her, raises it by 2,000. And so with the gauge, she's almost at 30,000. So that's very, very good actually. Otherwise, Knockout is good because she's a Pierce with a high speed. So against bosses in particular, that will work against them. And then she has a Tackle Strike Shot. The Tackle Strike Shot can set off the Knockout, so that's pretty awesome. Otherwise, again, Survivor or HP up, especially because she's good for like El Dorado and Eden. So yeah, lots of damage in those stages. Okay, so that is a quick summary of the Kai series of Impossibles, and then Ableberries and sub-bump combos good for them. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.